Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? I am Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin 4-hour charts. So yes, Bitcoin on the 4-hour. As you can see, this overhead level of resistance that we've got, we did manage to break above, did get a bit of an acceleration to the upside, but found ourselves getting swiftly rejected and just back down below it, and we're now testing into it again. So this is clearly a good read here. This gives us a chance of breaking back above again, and then hopefully getting that continuation towards the mid 17Ks. You can see on this previous attempt, we broke above, got rejected, and then came all the way down to the bottom side, bounced, and then lost that bottom side. Even though we did ultimately reclaim it, we did bounce around this level quite a bit. So the fact we haven't come back down, traded lower, is obviously good. It shows that the market has got some strength, is looking to try and break through and continue on to the upside. Not much else to say there. Upside there takes us to 17.5, and then we've got that elusive, for me anyway, a very important level of 18,500 to try and attempt to break above. Are some nice numbers here. Stock markets, 3,888.8. Oh, it's just changed now. Anyway, stock market had a bit of a rally to the upside, not too far away, especially if you did adjust the trend line, because it's quite close from the underside of that trend line, holding nicely above this support level. That is its main aim, is to hold above this support and ultimately try and break above this resistance area, and also this downward sloping trend line as well, that we maybe have to look on like a larger time frame to try and I mean, you can see this can be massively adjusted around, and obviously as such on the shorter time frame, it's difficult to see exactly where it should be, but yeah, it is there or thereabouts, corresponding with this overhead resistance now. So this is probably the point that if we do break above, then we break above the trend line, break above this resistance level, that we could see some very bullish price action, potentially taking us up to new all-time highs, just based on the chart pattern. So there is that. Nice action here in the DXY as well. Bounced up to that resistance, fully rejected, and then came down pretty sharply into this support. We did kind of say yesterday, I believe, that we come down so aggressively into the support, we've got a decent chance of breaking below it. We are now below it, so do we continue lower? The next real target, and probably the level where we've got to expect a decent bounce for the DXY, is this one down here. And if we want to look where this one actually comes from, or why this is so important, if we go to a daily, you can see it corresponds with the top of this price action here, relatively near to these tops here, and it is basically a significant level. It would be, in my opinion, unreasonable to expect any significant bounce unless we at least first come and test down there. Just we've come so far, it's such an important level, we're relatively so close, that, I mean, it just seems like we're going to get tested, and then we can get a good bounce. Could that bounce take us back up to the underside of this level, and then get rejected and continue down lower, or will this bounce ultimately then take out this test higher? I struggle to see us taking out this high, but obviously never say never. But yeah, I mean, I guess the bounce could take it up to here, maybe up to 106, but we'll have to see what happens. Maybe it's just a catastrophic downward price action for the dollar. Catastrophic for the dollar bulls, that is. The 10-year also straight back down. We'll go back to 4 hours, straight back down to its support level, which is good to see. Bouncing around these levels, and now we're down here again. Can we break this yield, and can we come down towards basically a 3% yield? If we are to see that, I mean, again, 3% is roughly the next, well, it's about the only real level of importance. There's this level here around 3.2, but this around 3% is probably more important. And then obviously this one down here is significant as well. So yeah, plenty of scope for more selling off in this yield. Gold looking good above for the time being, above this resistance area. Very good to see that for gold bulls, of which I'm a gold bull, ironically enough. I mean, I guess gold had historically been inverted trades inverse to risk assets. However, that is not the case now, so we do kind of just want the bubble of everything again and everything to go up, apart from bond yields. But bond yields going down is actually the bond value going up anyway. So there you go. But yeah, gold looking good here. It's going to maintain above here for a decent amount of time before people will start to come and want to buy at these levels. But obviously looking good to have got here in the first place. Gold silver ratio again climbing up above this resistance. I mean, not good for silver holders, but I mean, you can see this can potentially form a sorts of head and shoulders, and then that would give us a very significant move lower, and that would give massive outperformance in silver. But let's not get the cart before the horse. We are at a level where we can potentially accelerate. Obviously, look like we've already broken this down this trend line to the downside. And it obviously means we could see some decent acceleration up. So maybe gold is in for a big run. I mean, central banks are basically buying gold. They're not particularly buying silver. That's not something that really interests them. So, I mean, there is that dynamic that can obviously push gold higher. What else? Yeah, the Ethereum Satoshi pairing. We have a 7 handle, as in a 77 handle. 77, which is good. You can see testing into this resistance, not far from basically getting above it. Have moved up pretty aggressively, but I mean, crypto does move in this fashion. Just look at this move down, pretty aggressive move down, this move down, and obviously similarly moves up. Can just go on and on and on and on. So are we at the brink of something kind of like this, where we get a big massive move? I mean, let's look at how much that is from the bottom to the high. 60%. So if we took that from this bottom down here, just pure unadulterated speculation here. Yeah, 60% takes us pretty high. It takes us off the charts. Oh, look at that! It actually takes us to roughly a target. So yeah, maybe that is a target. Let's just have a look where this target comes in from. Well, if we'd have to zoom in a bit closer to kind of see the actual, but yeah, it's coming from just price action within these levels here. But yeah, pretty interesting level there. Obviously we've got this price target as well. If you break out this overall larger area of consolidation we've been in, obviously since like mid 2021. So yeah, I mean, potentially absolutely amazing things coming for Ethereum against Bitcoin. We shall see, and it would be great as well if Bitcoin was to also go up whilst that happened, because it just would be bigger gains, wouldn't it? Hey, a snap back to reality here though on the actual dollar pairing, not the most bullish. However, this could be how a bottoming is formed. So not looking bad. If we go to the 4 hour, we'll just zoom in a bit here. You can see this level of resistance we've got. Broke back above, fell back into it a little bit, and now trying to accelerate away from it once again. But yeah, lots and lots of work to do. Probably quite an important level to get above, just below 1400, and then we have this one, this level around here, which is probably I don't know, would it be? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, this would probably be the equivalent to Bitcoin's $18,500 level. Breaking above here. I mean, you could argue it's maybe more around, just call it 1400 to yeah, just round it up. But yeah, get about above here, then this price chart could start to look relatively neutral rather than bearish or bullish, but neutral. So yeah, there we go. There is that. What else we'll look at? Yeah, let's look at these stochastics. How are they looking? How are the stochastics looking for Bitcoin? I suspect the shorter time frames is getting a bit, well, I've got exhausted, and we're hoping the medium time frames are gonna hold us up here. But yeah, 12 hour, like I said, looking pretty exhausted here. Looking like come on, let's do it. There we go. I mean, looking like it's going to struggle to stay up here. Daily is still pointing up, but it's going to struggle to stay up here. But it's still upward at the point of obviously this video. But yeah, two-day looking brilliant here. Lots of space to run into. Plenty of bullish support there coming from this 2-day stochastic. 3-day similarly did have a bit of a pullback, trying to get into the bullish zone, turning back up now. So if this starts to get moving to the upside, very good from the 3-day. also. Friday turning up, looking good. Weekly turning up, looking good. Bi-weekly, I mean, it's putting up from a low level, not really got a lot of upwards momentum, and nor has the monthly. It hasn't even got upward momentum yet. But yeah, these two obviously will be the last dominoes to fall. If these 2, 3 day, 5 day weekly manage to pull the bi-weekly, monthly starting to trend up, then yeah, I mean, we have to be eyeing up around $30,000 to $40,000 Bitcoin. Even if we then get rejected there and come back down, that has to be a target on the cards. So yeah, that is it, guys. Hopefully the sound is better this morning. I found this arm that I had. I've had it ages. I actually, when I got it, I thought I needed a separate attachment bit, and I just couldn't find the one that I needed. I was googling for it and looking, and then I watched a YouTube video and I realized I didn't need an attachment. I just had to unscrew a different part of the bottom of the mic, and then it screwed in directly. So I could have just been using this for years now, but oh well, we've got it now. So anyway, but yeah, hopefully the sound is better today. That is it, guys. Remember, thank you for listening, and yeah, remember, this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.